I've had my sneaker channel for more than a year now, and one of the very first things I did when I got this channel, when I opened this channel, when I developed this channel, was I made a video about the Doernbecher 2018 collection because I'm very passionate about supporting that cause. You've clicked on this video, I hope, because of that, or maybe not. If you don't know what it is, absolutely, definitely get behind these 6 sneakers, because these 6 sneakers are to do with kids who are battling against some kind of illness, disease, or condition that requires medical treatment. And it's about those medical doctors and the medical staff out there that help these children get past these challenges. Either of those things, the doctors or the patients, would be well worth your support and well worth your attention. But the fact that we've got both tied up together by the Nike brand, it's definitely something that's worth your support, your attention, your consideration, and your efforts and energies to sort of share this story far and wide, because this is a great thing to support. Now, normally I drop daily content, but this week I just couldn't say no to so many different stories in the sneaker world, and this is one of them. I couldn't say no to it. I had to make my Doernbecher 2019 video. So here I am dropping more than daily content. It's quite ridiculous. I have a job, I have a young family at home. I drop daily content on my YouTube channel, and here I am adding to that by dropping more than daily content. But I'm just too passionate about this. I'm too passionate about these stories, and I just have to do it. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be going through all 6 of the Doernbecher 2019 collection. This is a Tokyo Bada 23 sneaker channel. Tokyo Bada 23 sneaker channel です。毎日アップするので毎日見てください. And every single day I bring you content from Tokyo, Japan about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news, and sneaker reviews. But not right now. I'm doing more than every single day because I'm so passionate about these sneakers and I'm passionate about these stories. Maybe it's something to do with coming towards the end of the year and the winter sort of holidays. People are churning out more sneakers and more product, and that's why there's more for me to talk about. But whatever the reason is, this week there was just too much that I couldn't say no to, so I'm doing more than daily drops. And today it's that Doernbecher 2019 collection of 6 sneakers designed by 6 children who have medical challenges, to show their love and support for the team of doctors and nurses who help them, the families who support them, and the community and the sneaker world out there that helps them to stay positive and stay strong as they face their challenges. So definitely stick by this video, share it if you can, do whatever you can to support the Nike Doernbecher idea and concept, because it's charity. I think the sneakers, if you buy them, the money all goes to charity. There's nothing in this that isn't a plus. Supporting children, supporting doctors, supporting medical staff, great fire sneakers, supporting charity. It's an absolute definite yes for me. And that's what we're going to be doing today, is looking at the 6 different sneakers that have been designed for the 2019 Doernbecher collection. But before that, it's a YouTube channel, and as much as I love to drop this content and do it because of the passion, I also need subscribers and want to grow the channel. So please do hit the subscribe button down below, and don't forget to hit the like. If I forget to ask, people forget to click. So I ask in every video, click that like button down below, because it super helps. It's very helpful when you click the like button down below. And as I am here in Tokyo, Japan, I do say at the start of every single one of my videos, 登録よろしくお願いします。下のいいねもクリックすると助かるので、ぜひ登録やいいねをクリックしてください。Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to go through these 6 sneakers, but I'm actually going to separate them out and edit the video so it's segmented into the 6 sneakers. So I'll cut away to the introduction page, which is going to tell you about what sneaker number 1 is, and the name of the designer, and then we'll get into talking about that now. Okay, the first of our sneaker designers is Ethan Ellis, who has designed an Air Jordan 14 for us, and it's an absolutely poppin' purple colorway, and given that this year the Air Jordan 14s had a couple of really hot drops, especially there were the candy canes and the reverse Ferraris, the Ferrari yellows, so hot on the heels of that, you've got Ethan Ellis dropping this purple variant. Now Ethan himself has actually gone through 6 open heart surgeries. I can empathize, Ethan, because my daughter was not the smoothest entrant into this world, and she had challenges when she was born. And one risk was open heart surgery, which we managed to avoid, and I was very, very happy that we were able to do that. So having to go through 6 open heart surgeries as a child must have been incredibly traumatic and challenging to you and your family. But the positive attitude, I understand, that you are able to maintain is incredible and an amazing thing. So Ethan Ellis has brought us this purple Air Jordan 14. The Doernbechers always have these specific design elements that are made by the patients themselves, and in the case of these, there's some hints to I think it's Vancouver, where Ethan is from. And is it the needle, the Vancouver needle or something like that on there, the space needle to represent Vancouver and back home. My favorite feature of this, there are 2. One is the 6 on there that represents the 6 open heart surgeries that Ethan has gone through. But also my all-time favorite feature on this is that the laces have the names of the hospitals where Ethan has had medical treatment. And I just love that kind of shout out and recognition of the medical staff who have supported Ethan and helped him to come back healthy and strong. So I really appreciate the shoe. I really appreciate the detailing on there, and I really hope that I don't know if Ethan will ever watch this. Maybe he will. Maybe he'll drop me a comment down below. But I just appreciate the story, and I appreciate the positivity, and I appreciate the sneaker. It's a fire-looking sneaker. The second of our 2 sneaker designers coming at us from the Doernbecher 2019 collection is Zion or Zion Thompson, I'm not sure which. And what she's designed for us is an Air Force One. Air Force Ones have been popping this year, a ton of different colorways and some variations on that when you think about the shadows and things like that. So there have been a lot of Gore-Tex tie-ups and things like that. So the Air Force One is very popular right now. What Zion's done with her one, her sneaker, is actually quite subtle. It's quite a subtle sneaker. And there are 2 main features on it that I think are really, really popping. The swoosh, I've never seen this before, but the swoosh in a sort of, it's supposed to represent, if you look, I think it's if you look from the thin side of the swoosh to the thick side, it's a rose bud that's blooming, and the way she described that feature that she designed on there was that it's the positivity and the energy and the effort that grew out of her to overcome her challenges and her medical challenges, and gradually that bloomed like a rosebud blooming. So that's kind of the most striking feature on it. But 2 other less striking features is around the toe box. On the overlay on the toe box, it's embossed with more of that flower design. I think it's the flower design. Because it's white on white, it's not laser etching, it's white on white embossed on there on the toe box. It blends in a little bit, so it's harder to see. The swoosh sort of sticks out because it's in contrast to the upper, but because the toe box is actually embossed in the same color, it doesn't stand out so much. But if you get a detailed look, as I'm sure I'm showing you behind here, you can see that it's quite a cool detailed effect. And also on there, I really appreciate that sort of loop of peach, or I suppose rose, to go with the rose theme that goes around just above the midsole, that goes around the kind of circumference of the shoe. So all in all, it's a really cool sneaker. And then the survivor printed on there to add a little bit of definition to that passion, that effort that Zion has put in to meet her medical challenges head on and overcome them, with the support of the medical staff that at the Doernbecher Hospital that this is all in aid of supporting. So Zion, great shoe. Thank you very much for designing it. Love it. Shoe number 3 comes from Branson Fernando, and what he's bringing us is an Air Max Triax 96. I'll be honest, I'd never seen this silhouette before in my life. I'd never seen it before. But you know what it represents for me? If you look at what Zion did with the last shoe, and you look at what Branson's done with this, this is really the range that you get with the Doernbecher. Zion's shoe is very sort of subtle, and it's not. the detailing on it and the details and the branding on it are very kind of interwoven and discreet. But then the other end of the Doernbecher spectrum is that you get shoes where there's a ton of different elements to it, where the designer, in this case Branson, has put in a lot of different features. For example, there's a donkey on there which represents the nurse that one of his nurses at the hospital, and she liked donkeys. There's also dates on there to represent the dates, for example, of his the transplant, because he had a kidney transplant. And then inside the liner, I think there's stuff in there that represents the kidney as well. So you get that kind of lots of different detailing on the sneaker, lots of information, lots of character. So you go from that subtle kind of discreet Air Force One from Zion, and then here we are with the Air Max Trax 96. That has a lot more detailing on it, a lot more color on it. And I love that range. I love that about the range of the Doernbecher series. And I like, especially with Nike, how they're true to the designers and the designers' request, rather than kind of overriding them and saying, you know, that you should do it this way, you should do it that way. You can see the personality, for example, in this case of Branson. There's a bumblebee on there as well, which I think represents a lot of the bees in his family. He himself is Branson, but a lot of his, I think, pets and family, siblings and things like that, also their names start with B. So another cracking looking sneaker, another cracking element of design, another cracking representation. I think I'm right in saying this one has a lot on the outsole to do with his nickname, which is something like Boom, I think it is. And on the outsole, you can see that imprinted in there, which you wouldn't normally see on the outsole of a Nike sneaker. So it's a cracking looking sneaker. Love all the features on it. Definitely gonna be one of those ones that flies off the shelf that people buy into. So great looking sneaker, Branson. Nice job. Sawyer Miller brings us a fourth sneaker in the Doernbecher 2019 collection, and it's a Nike Zoom Pegasus 2, Turbo 2, in a very green colorway, which represents the team of the community rather than the doctors and the medical staff that supported Sawyer Miller, because every Friday the people in his community wore green to represent their solidarity with Sawyer as he was going through his medical challenges, and they were showing their support for that. And there's this. For me, this sneaker is more a bit like Zion's sneaker, because it's got a more consistent theme to it, and that consistent theme is the green on there, and also the bear elements. There's three places where bears play an important role in this. Well, actually, I don't think I have a favorite, because all three are really cool. I love the bear imprint on the outsole with the bear's paw imprint. I love the hang tag with the panda bear on there as well, and which represents that team of Sawyer's community who helped make sure that he was positively supported, and this wasn't just him going it alone. He had a team, family, friends, community, doctors all come together to support him, and that's there on the hang tag. But then the great thing, I just love the bear munching the swoosh on the side there. I think that's a great feature, and again, it's that element of the designer and the patient being able to put his own personal sort of reflection on the shoe, and Nike letting them do that. I think it's a brilliant little motif. So another one of the real cracking colorways that are coming at us for this Doernbecher 2019 collection. The fifth of the sneakers coming out from the Doernbecher 2019 collection is from Kaylee Corona. Kaylee, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I think that's how you pronounce your name. And this sneaker is the Nike React Element 55, cracking sneaker, one of the highlights of the last couple of years, the Nike React Element sneakers 55s. And they're just a bonny looking sneaker. I can only say it in Scottish terms, a bonny looking sneaker. A real mix up of colours and bright pop and positive colours. The K Strong up there on the toe box to represent her and her family's. I think it was their motto for K Strong, for how to stay strong as they battled through the challenges. I think I'm right in saying it was a traumatic brain injury from a car accident that Kaylee suffered from, and then the team of doctors at the Doernbecher and nurses helped her to overcome that and come back strong. So, and she came back strong, and part of her, the motto and the way she got through this challenge was this K-Strong motto that she used, and her family also used to sort of maintain their positivity. Now, there's a lot of stuff going on in the sneaker and colours and things like that, but the place that I really want to draw your attention toward is the midsole heel, where you can see her favourite emoji, or emoji as we say here in Japan, emblazoned on there. And there's other things kicking off in the sneaker as well, with the green ribbon that represents the traumatic brain injury, and then initials of our family members and around on the sneaker as well. So all in all, it's a cracking looking sneaker, and I really love the popping colours on it. And the sixth sneaker to come out is from the Doernbecher 2019 collection. Is from Desiree Castillo. Now, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. It could be Desi. There's an I in there, but to me it looks like Desiree. I apologize if I've got that wrong. But I'm really happy to bring you this one because the Nike SB line is always a pop-in line, and it's a great canvas on which to put some incredible custom designs in. And it's one of the most popular sneakers for Nike themselves to customize. If you think of the pigeons, or if you think of the more recent Halloween version, I think it was Fright Night it was called, which had a bunch of detailing on it. And here we've got that with this Nike SB Zoom Gen Housekey, I think it's called, variant of that sneaker, and you can see a ton of detailing on it there from Desiree, as she's brought as much as she can to this sneaker to represent the team of both family members and medical staff who helped her to overcome a real big challenge that's mainly revolved around having type 1 diabetes, which is reflected on the outsole, I think it is, with a drop of blood to represent that. There are other features on there as well, especially of note is around the midsole, where you can see the names with a heart mark of her family members planted on there, and also a shout out to our therapy cat. And as a pet lover with 2 dogs at home, I totally appreciate the shout out to the pets who are helping us to get through this as much as the medical staff and the community of people out there around us as well. And that brings to a conclusion my look at the 6 different Doernbecher 2019 sneakers. I know this video will probably not get me many views or many comments or likes or things like that, but I am passionate about this kind of thing, about a charity, about medical staff, about children overcoming challenges, about support and community. There's nothing in this story that I don't like and I don't believe in. So even though I know this video won't get me very far on YouTube or in terms of growing the channel and things like that, it does get me far personally because I love the story and I totally believe in it. So if you've stuck by to watch this, I appreciate it. Let me know in the comments down below. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Totally appreciate all those things. But for me, this is actually, it's a selfish video that I like to make for myself because I totally believe in all of this stuff, even though it might not really achieve what is my aim to grow the channel. But I do enjoy I do enjoy talking about these things, and I appreciate the story behind each one of these 6 fire sneakers. So thank you, kids, for putting together these guys and making them for us, and thank you consumers and buyers out there, because buying these will surely support one of the greatest charities in the world. I didn't actually mention one of my grails, which is the Doernbecher 5s. I'd love to get my hands on the Doernbecher 5s, a beautiful shoe. I think it was the original shoe that started off this idea of an annual tie-up with the Doernbecher Children's Hospital with Nike. Appreciate everything about this. Appreciate Nike, appreciate the patients who designed these shoes, appreciate the medical staff who helped them and their communities who supported them. So big shout out from Tokyo Butter 23 to you guys. Okay, for now it's time for me to sign off. Like I said, I'm doing these crazy drops more than daily right now, but like I said, I'm also passionate about it, and that's why I'm doing it. So for now though, it's time for me to sign off and do what I do at the end of every single one of my videos, which is tell you that you're guaranteed to see me soon, if not tomorrow.